She's so proud of her son, Cody. Cody had one job to do tonight, man. One job. And that is be angry. Some may like it. Some may not like it. But Cody Rhodes was angry. He even used profanity tonight, man. Oh, man. Cody Rhodes, man. Dropping some cuss words out there. Why exactly did Cody Rhodes drop 3 cuss words in one promo? We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it tonight. Also, Gunther and Sami Zayn make it official for the Intercontinental Championship. Does Sami have a chance? No. No, he doesn't. Sami stands no chance against Gunther. And Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, main event. Outside the ending of the match, it was a snooze fest, just like this show was. No, Raw was not good.
I wonder what JD's gonna say. If he says Raw is mid, I'm gonna leave the stream.
Good, I'll have a drink for you. I'm going to the venue, man, make it a triple. And when I get there, I want to know, because I'm in some fucking mood tonight, man. What the fuck are you guys drinking? See you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Guys, thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for March 18th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Monday evenings, wherever you may be.
Oh, but JD, your standards are way too high, man.
I'm sorry, guys. It's WrestleMania season. If my standards aren't high, then I'm not doing my job as a content creator. If you guys want someone to go blow smoke up your ass, there are several creators I could personally guide you to. This is not one of them. This show sucked tonight, outside of three things. One, the opening match with DIY and the Creed brothers, Cody's promo, and then Gunther and Sami Zayn. Outside that, this show sucked. Any more questions? Any more questions? You want me to get right to the point? There you go. I don't sugarcoat bullshit, okay? This show was mid. For a Raw in the middle of WrestleMania season with 2.5 weeks to go, this show was fucking beyond boring. Predictable and boring. Any more questions? Don't start. You guys don't like someone that's upfront and honest? I'm sorry. Go watch some other of the flowery YouTubers out there that do what I do. That don't do what I do half as good as what I do. Cody Rhodes. Let's start there. Cody Rhodes. There was a promo last week in which The Rock cut in Dallas. The rebuttal from Cody Rhodes in regards to that promo was coming out on social media and basically saying nothing. He said nothing in regards to what The Rock said. Nothing on social media. He didn't really say anything outside of the ordinary. Cody Rhodes went on Monday Night Raw in front of Michael Cole and cried. It's exactly what he did. He cried like a little baby, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is always crying. He's crying about his father, he's crying about his mother, he's crying about his daughter, he's crying about his wife, he's crying about his fucking dog. Guy is just a crybaby. Now you want to know why The Rock coined Cody's Crybabies as the name of the fan base. The biggest crybaby of them all is the leader of the Nightmare Factory. Cody came out crying. Rock showed up in Memphis on Friday and did a whole Rock concert. Serenaded Cody Rhodes, he serenaded Seth Rollins, he serenaded Mama Rhodes. Rock basically told Mama Rhodes that Cody thinks he's going to be handing you the Universal Heavyweight Championship. No, honey. What are you talking about? The Rock is personally going to hand you a title himself. Cody's not handing you the Universal title. The Rock is going to hand you his weight belt. And on that weight belt will be the blood of your son as I rip and tear his flesh at WrestleMania. Cody had one job to do tonight, and that was not to cry. Not to cry. Cody didn't come out crying tonight. Cody came out with half of a magazine. Let's be real. If it was a loaded magazine, if it was fully loaded, we would have got a lot more visceral than what we got tonight. He came out there with a half a mag. Seriously. It's like he's playing Call of Duty, man. He wastes half a fucking magazine. He gets five or six hit markers, and then he gets fucking one-shotted by a fucking sniper. Quick-shotted. Quick-scoped, whatever the fuck they call it. Cody had one job to do, man, and that was not to cry. And the result was he cut a very, very adamant promo, a very direct promo. Some would say angry. This is the angriest that Cody Rhodes, I think, will get. This is the extent of his anger. Because he's the American Nightmare, man. He's the baby face. He doesn't really want to show you how angry he is, but he's got to keep a good face for all the little kids out there, man. You know, that's why people are quickly turning on Cody Rhodes, because they're seeing that he's becoming nothing more than John Cena 3.0. They tried that with Roman. Now they're trying it with Cody. I thought what Cody Rhodes did tonight, I thought Cody did a very good job, all joking aside. I thought he did a very good job at handling himself and coming out and basically saying what he needed to say. We're going to go over later what he said. But I thought he did a very good job at kind of projecting the emotion that he needed to coming out of Friday SmackDown with the Rock concert. Within this promo, there were 3 cuss words. Curse words. Sound like an old man. Cuss. Oh, he's using cuss words, pal. No. He cursed tonight. He said, The Rock is an asshole. He said, The Rock has little dick syndrome. And some other thing. What else did he say? He said The Rock was an asshole, little dick syndrome. And he mentioned something else. I got the notes here next to me. 3 cuss words. And there was a report that was sent out by SE Scoops. SE Scoops reported exclusively that the roster was upset that The Rock is basically getting preferential treatment. He's getting special treatment. Oh, The Rock is allowed to curse. Oh, yeah, he called him a bitch. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Well, Cody's really blurring the lines there, man. He's really getting risque with that one, man. Yeah, Rock, you're a bitch. It's great. I guess we can constitute that as a curse word now, huh? There was a report from SC Scoops saying that The Rock was getting preferential treatment. Rock was getting special treatment while he can curse. The rest of the roster can't curse. Why is that? Rock goes on social media and he's throwing F words around. He's fucking cursing up and down. 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 8 minutes there. His segments are running long on Friday night, which is affecting the rest of the fucking show. Right? What did I tell you on Friday night when I was live right here in this chair? Things are feeling out of whack. The Rock seems like he's up here. Rock is running away with this thing. Cody and Seth are down here. They've gotten 0 in on The Rock. Why is that? Is it done by design? Is The Rock ego that massive that he can't take any heat from anybody? Is it written in his contract as he sits on the board of directors? Rock is not allowed to take any verbal abuse from anyone on the roster. He has to look like the final boss at all times, pal. It's not fair. It's not fair. I read this report, and I said to myself, well, they're complaining about cursing. Is that the argument that you're bringing to the jury? Oh, Rock, he's cursing. It's not fair. Can we get some fairness in the locker room, please? That's your defense. Oh, but The Rock can curse. How come I can't? First of all, who says you need curse words to have an effective promo? Don't really understand the logic behind that one. Nick Khan and Triple H sent this memo out. PG is what they need to adhere to. Okay. The fuck do you think WWE TV is? It's PG. But this is the basis of their argument. Rock can curse. How can't we? How come he's allowed to drop the F-bomb, but we can't? I don't know, man. How about you're not The Rock? I don't know, man. How about you become the biggest movie star in the entire fucking industry? I'm not sitting here telling you that what The Rock is doing is fair. But I'm also at the same time telling you that it's not about cursing. It's about the time that Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes have not been given. That's the problem. The Rock can go on social media every fucking Friday till Kingdom Come and cut a 20-minute promo every single fucking week. If he wants to use curse words, fine. The problem is WWE's got Seth Rollins out there basically saying jack shit to The Rock about The Rock. They basically cut this guy's balls off right in front of The Rock. As soon as he started to get heated up, they said, all right, enough of that. And they got Cody out there crying. Oh, Dusty! Oh, my God, I can't hand the title to Dusty. Let me fucking cry on television. Oh, my mom, let me hand the title to Mama Rhodes. Oh, let me cry. What do you expect The Rock to do? What do you expect Dwayne Johnson to do? So let me get this straight. You want Dwayne Johnson, who was the most prominent figure along with Stone Cold Steve Austin in the Attitude Era, you want to take The Rock and what he did there and everything that The Rock is known for, you want him to come to television in 2024 and do what exactly? Play by the PG rules? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. Yeah, because that would make for a great WrestleMania season, right? And I'm talking to the locker room. I'm talking to the people who complained about this fucking memo that went out there. That's not the problem. Cursing is not the problem. The problem is Cody's out there crying like a fucking bitch, and Seth Rollins basically has had nothing to do with anything regarding The Rock. Both of them have zero combined time to say anything about The Rock, to The Rock, and be in The Rock's presence. That's the fucking problem. Not curse words. How many times have they been in each other's presence? Vegas at the press conference, and then 2 weeks ago when they were all four in the ring and the tag team match was made official. The only times that they've had. Meanwhile, The Rock, he's granted social media access, 21 minutes. In Texas, he went 11 minutes. Last week, he went 8 minutes. This guy's got fucking at least almost an hour of promo time. I'm not even counting what he's done on TV. Seth and Cody have had maybe a collective of 10 minutes. Is that fair? No, that's not fair. That's the fucking problem. You could only be as effective as The Rock if you get television time against The Rock. And guess what, folks? They haven't gotten it. For the people telling me, oh, well, they've done enough. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. It's like asking Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out there and not drink beer. To not flail around the middle finger. It's like, what do you want these guys to do? What do you want him to do? Is The Rock's ego as big as the fucking planets combined? Sure. Of course it is. Call me a conspiracy theory or a conspiracy theorist all you want. I'm going to throw a conspiracy theory at you. The Rock wanted Roman Reigns one-on-one. That's what he wanted at WrestleMania. The fans didn't allow it. He had to go and force a change that he didn't want. So he basically said, all right, I'll give you what you want. I'm going to make the whole fucking show about me. This entire WrestleMania season is all Dwayne Johnson. Did we need it to be all Dwayne Johnson? No. No, we didn't. Is it better with Dwayne Johnson on television? Sure, in some aspects. But Dwayne, the last 3 weeks, every time he's been on, overstayed his welcome, segments ran long, which directly affected SmackDown. the last 3 weeks, the entire show gets thrown off because everything else needs to be rush, 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 rush. On top of that, his ego is so fucking big, he's not going to allow Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes to directly face him one-on-one and go at him verbally one-on-one because his ego won't allow it. So they got to do it from afar, where he's not there. Does that make for good television? Not in my eyes. It doesn't. The Rock will not allow everybody to get in and have some fun with him. The Rock is basically taking over WrestleMania. To you, it might be great because you're a fan of The Rock. But I'm gonna throw a very, very hot take at you. I'm gonna throw a hot take at you. You might not like it. This WrestleMania season compared to last year's WrestleMania season, last year's WrestleMania build blows this one out of the fucking water. And you know what last year's WrestleMania didn't have? The Rock. No, but if you want to sit there and claim that The Rock has made this WrestleMania season one of the best ever and has made it better than last year, you're entitled to that opinion. But in my honest opinion, what The Rock has done is made this WrestleMania all about himself and everything else seems fucking half-assed. Granted, they've had injuries to deal with. Granted, plans had to be changed when Lesnar was removed and Punk was injured and Rollins was injured. I get it. But the story that was last year's WrestleMania, you're going to compare what happened with the Bloodline going into last year to this? Cody, insignificant. Rollins, basically a fourth wheel. The Rock has basically rendered Roman Reigns a supporting player in the WrestleMania build this year. We haven't gotten one single instance on live television. I'm talking about a Raw or a SmackDown where Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes have met face-to-face. This coming Friday in Milwaukee will be the first time all WrestleMania season that Roman and Cody will be face-to-face. 2 weeks before WrestleMania? It's almost as if they remembered, oh shit, we got a main event on night 2 to build, man. Now, but you continue to think that WrestleMania this year is bigger and better because The Rock is a part of it. Rollins may be right. Do we need Rock on television? No, we don't. No, we don't. You want to know why? Because without Rock, the shows would be more concise. The shows would be more full. The shows would actually go off the way Triple H intends them to. When The Rock is fucking going 20 minutes past his allotted time, how do you expect everybody else's stories to be told? Everything else has suffered because of The Rock. Everything. I'm not sitting here telling you I'm not enjoying what The Rock has done because the last 3 weeks on social media and what he's done with his work has been great. I'm entertained, but I'm giving you guys a dose of reality. There are going to be people out there, oh, The Rock makes everything bigger and better. Oh my God, it's The Rock. I don't give a fuck about The Rock. I don't. I give a shit about story being told. And this whole idea that Rock is making everything better is a crock of shit. The memo went out. Triple H and Nick Khan delivered a memo to the locker room claiming that they need to adhere to PG guidelines. All right, well, why can't the rest of the roster cut social media promos on The Rock? Why can't Rollins cut a social media promo? Why can't Cody Rhodes cut a social media promo from the gym or from the Nightmare Factory or from his fucking bathroom? Why can't he? Because they don't allow it. Everything needs approval. The Rock will not allow it. Back in January, and I'm talking before the Royal Rumble, we all realized that it was going to be Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That was the plan. That plan got blown up on January 4th when The Rock took a seat on the TKO board, and upon taking that seat, he was guaranteed a match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year. He said, fuck your plans. I'm taking Cody's spot. Cody won the Royal Rumble anyway because what the fuck were they going to do? Rock didn't want to wrestle the Royal Rumble. They had to give it to Cody and make Cody look like a half-witted fucking idiot. Handed his Royal Rumble shot over to The Rock when that's the title he wanted to go for. Meanwhile, he fucking devalued himself and went after a fucking title he didn't give a fuck about. Only for them to change it because everybody realized, who the fuck do you think you are? We want Cody. So they changed it. The Rock was forced to change it. Here we are again. This is strike 2 now on The Rock's early board seat resume. You don't think The Rock took issue with that report exclusively by SE Scoops that went out this weekend, where the memo went out from Nick Khan and Triple H, where it read that everybody had to adhere to PG guidelines? You don't think The Rock took note of that? You don't think WWE took note of that? That's strike 2, Dwayne. Strike 2. You're allowed to use curse words on social media. You're allowed to use curse words on Friday Night SmackDown because you're The Rock. Who the fuck is going to tell you otherwise? Everybody looks at Dwayne and sees fucking dollar signs. That's all they look at. Meanwhile, the rest of the roster is getting fucking shit on, and they're not allowed to do fucking 1/10 of what The Rock does. You don't think The Rock took notice of that fucking report? They obviously changed course again. I believe every fucking word in that report. But it wasn't about the cursing. It was about the time on television that they've been given to say anything about The Rock, to The Rock, in regards to this WrestleMania season. Strike 2. So not only did they change the original plan back to the original plan, they read the report, they heard the rumors, which were true, and they allowed Cody to go out there and start cursing. Great. Now I'm The Rock, I could do whatever I want, but if Cody wants a fucking half a slice of pizza pie, we'll give him the crust. Here you go, Cody. Here you go, man. Maybe I'll even give you a little dipping sauce. There you go. Thanks, Rock. What else is going to happen that you think is right because you are in charge, that you're going to change next week or the week after that or the week after that? What's next? What's next? I'm going to give you guys a glimpse into what I'm thinking right now. Call me a conspiracy theorist. If the way we see things right now is this haphazard, and The Rock is brought on already and has all this power, The Rock basically took Vince McMahon's seat on the board. It's exactly what he did. TKO is in business with The Rock because they realize that The Rock is the biggest name maybe in the world, and that everything The Rock does is going to generate money and interest for TKO. I don't think Ari Emanuel and Endeavor give a fuck about WWE. I don't. I genuinely believe that they don't give a shit about WWE. Within the next 10 years, it may be way sooner than that, Ari Emanuel and Endeavor are going to sell WWE off to Dwayne, and Dwayne's going to be in charge of WWE. The entire WWE entity will be owned and operated by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And at that point, you're all going to be wishing you never said anything bad about Paul Levesque ever again. I'm telling you right now. If The Rock gets his hands on WWE, and if The Rock is in charge, I don't want to tell you it's going to be just as bad as Vince McMahon, but if you want something that's going to be like Vince McMahon light or Vince McMahon-esque, where a power struggle will sway one way and be unfair to what's right, keep praying that The Rock takes over WWE. Go ahead. I'm telling you right now. Mark it down, timestamp it, bookmark it, fucking save it in your mobile device. I'm telling you right now. That's what The Rock wants. That's what The Rock is going to get. And everything that you see right now, this great vision of WWE, oh, Grandpa Levesque's taking over. Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts. If you genuinely believe that this year's WrestleMania season is better than last year, you're smoking some fucking crack, man. Seriously, you are on some good shit. It's not. It's not. This WrestleMania is tied into 2 fucking matches. I dare you to find any interest in anything else. Everything just feels so haphazardly put together. Where last year the story was rich and the excitement was there. This year, it's all Rock and everything else. The Rock is the star and everybody else is a supporting player. Last year, everybody was equally a supporting player, which made WrestleMania one of the greatest. Night 1 was one of the greatest WrestleManias ever. Not saying that this year's going to be a bad show because the talent always shows up. WWE's got one hell of a fucking roster. But I can't get behind the power struggle that is obviously there. It's so palpable. I can taste it. That's what I don't agree with. We're going to go over what happened on tonight's show. We're going to go over Cody's promo. We're going to go over the contract signing between Sami Zayn and Gunther. I want to thank you guys for joining me right here on the Monday Night Raw post show. We got 3,100 people in here tonight. Thank you guys very much, man. Quickly, let me go over my spiel. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. I will be on social media in the weeks to come going over what is happening the week of Philadelphia WrestleMania. I will be in Philly all week. So if you guys want to be out and about, I will be out and about with you. Taking in some wrestling events and drinking some fine whiskey. Having some delicious coffee. Having a good time, man. Thank you guys for all the support. Can't wait to see you guys out in Philly. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes on tonight's show. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Go check out all the other videos on the channel. There are plenty of videos for you guys to get into, including yesterday's video where we broke the story immediately. Gave you our thoughts and opinions on The Rock and the memo that went out from Nick Khan and Triple H about PG guidelines needing to be followed. And tonight's show is sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Use that code SCRIPT20 at checkout. Make sure you guys go and hit up Manscaped. Manscaped.com. They are tonight's sponsor right here on Off the Script. Monday Night Raw opened up with Jey Uso. Yeet. Jey made his entrance. It will be brother versus brother. Jimmy versus Jey at WrestleMania. Michael Cole mentioned Brett versus Owen at WrestleMania. Michael Cole mentioned Matt versus Jeff at WrestleMania. Now it will be Jimmy versus Jey at WrestleMania. Will this match be better than Brett versus Owen? No. No, it will not be. But I'm interested in what these two guys have to tell. For sure. I just wish we got more of it. Instead of it coming down to crunch time and this being the first in-ring promo for both of them. But I guess better late than never, huh? Jey Uso made his way to the ring. He said Jimmy Uso accepted the challenge last Friday on SmackDown. Jey said he knows how the bloodline rolls. So, big brother Jimmy, where you at? Jimmy walked through the crowd, accompanied by Solo Sikoa. Jimmy got in the ring. He says, this feels different regardless of what happened and the bad blood between them. I miss you. I do. Jey tells Jimmy, I miss you. I really do. He got emotional. He's staring at Jimmy right in the eyes. He told Jimmy to come back to him. Come back home, Oos. Jimmy says he never left him. He was just protecting him. He says he's too dumb to realize that. He says it was his idea to leave the bloodline, but he helped him because he's his brother. He said he left the bloodline looking to become the biggest wrestler on the Raw roster. He said he became the top merch seller on Monday Night Raw and a tag team champion without him and with Cody Rhodes. Who left who? You left me. Jey, hanging his head down, Jimmy told Jey, listen loud and clear. He said the biggest moment of his career is because of him. Fans booed Jimmy taking credit. The biggest moment of Jey's career was pinning Roman Reigns in that tag team match when it was the Usos versus Roman and Solo Sikoa. That was the biggest moment of his career. Jey soaked up everything that Jimmy was saying and then said the biggest moment of his career will be the dream match that he's always wanted when he knocks the yeet out of your ass at WrestleMania 40. He hit Jimmy. A brawl ensued. Jey turned to Solo right behind him, who jumped on the apron. Jey turned around, and Jimmy was ready with a super kick right to the face with a super kick from Jimmy. Solo and Jimmy circled Jey. Cody Rhodes ran out of the ring, or out of the back to the ring to clear the ring of Jimmy and Solo. He gave Solo a Cody cutter, and that's the way the opening segment of Monday Night Raw came to a close. I will say that Jimmy, whether you like Jimmy or not, over the last 6 to 9 months, you might think he's a clown. You might think that he is somebody that's not to be taken seriously. Jimmy is one hell of an underrated promo. I thought what Jimmy did here, man, his facial expressions, his intensity, his reactions, they were all on point. They always are always on point. Always. Jey Uso's always great as well. He's also just someone that when you listen to him speak, you stop what you're doing and you listen to what he has to say as well. They're both very good at what they do. They're both better on the microphones than what they are as professional wrestlers. I hope the match is engaging enough. I hope the match is interesting enough. I hope the story is big enough to have the match go off at WrestleMania and be something we look back on as memorable. As of right now, I'm going to, again, another hot take. I don't really give a shit what anybody says. I'm not interested in this match. I'm not. To me, there really is no heat outside of brother versus brother. WWE took way too long to get back to telling this story. Yeah, Jimmy has been there. He basically cost Jey and Cody the tag team titles. He cost Jey a match with Roman at SummerSlam. He cost Jey against Gunther for the IC title. That's great. I'm more of a verbal why. Tell me why. Explain yourself. Get on the microphone and let me hear those words come out of your mouth. 2 weeks before WrestleMania, this was the first in-ring promo that they've gotten together one-on-one. 2 weeks before WrestleMania. I'm going to sit down with the rest of you and watch this match. But I'm not over the moon excited about this. All because it's, oh my God, it's Jimmy versus Jay. I couldn't give two fucking shits about Jimmy versus Jay. I'm invested in them. I'm not invested in the story that WWE has just now pieced together because it's WrestleMania season. You're going to need to do more than that. Honestly. What happens here at WrestleMania? Who goes over? I'm going to tell you right now, Matt went over Jeff. Owen went over Brett. Jimmy needs to go over Jay. Jay doesn't need to beat Jimmy. Just look at the way Jimmy has been booked over the last 9 months. He's been a fucking clown. He's been a joke. Jay could take a loss. Jay doesn't need to sit there at WrestleMania over his brother with a win. He doesn't. Jay's bulletproof. The fans are going to love Jey Uso no matter what. Jimmy needs the win over Jay. Who needs the win more? Jimmy or Jay? Just look at what we've gotten on television between both of these men. Jimmy needs it more than Jay does. Honestly. I'm sticking to that. Did Brett need to beat Owen? Of course not. Brett didn't need to beat Owen. Brett was fucking bulletproof. Did Matt need to beat Jeff? No. Did they do anything with Matt? No. Jeff was always the more popular Hardy. Jimmy needs to beat Jay, even though Jay is the more popular Uso. Brother versus brother will result in Jimmy beating Jay. That's my prediction. Adam Pearce was backstage yelling at somebody on the phone about keeping his roster in check. I don't know what that was about, but I'm assuming he was on the phone with Nick Aldis because Jimmy and Solo are SmackDown guys. Now it's a problem. Everybody can appear on either show all WrestleMania season, but now it's a problem. In walks Paul Heyman. He walked up to Adam Pearce and said he didn't authorize that earlier. So he owes Adam Pearce an apology. The final boss, nor the tribal chief, they did not authorize it. So Jimmy and Solo went into business for themselves. He said there have been flight delays all day. He even said private jet got delayed. He said Jimmy and Solo are out of the arena, and he has Roman's word. He says he's going to do his official business and then be gone as well. And when he does that official business, everyone is going to be caught off guard. He told Adam Pearce, that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. Well, I'll tell you what, here's a spoiler for you. Jimmy and Solo did not show back up. Paul Heyman confronted Cody Rhodes, and then he was gone, and we never seen him again. So Paul Heyman kept his word. WWE has a 6-team scramble ladder match at WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are trying to get into that ladder match, but they have to get through the Creed brothers first. Julius and Brutus Creed. This was a WrestleMania Tag Team Tournament qualifying match. I love DIY. I think DIY should be considered as your next Tag Team Champions. They are incredible at what they do. The Creeds. I did not like the Creeds at the start. I thought they were green. I thought they were generic. I said, who the fuck are these vanilla, just nobodies? As I watched them, I saw them grow. I saw them mature. I saw them become One dynamic fucking tag team. Honestly. They got a lot of great qualities. A lot. They remind me a lot of the Steiner brothers. I think the Creeds are on their way to, if they could put it all together, man, and get behind, what they do, the crowd gets behind what they do. I think the Creeds, man, they are just primed and ready for a fucking discussion as best tag team in the world. That's how I look at the potential from the Creeds. They are great. And they're only going to get better. And both of these teams work incredibly well with one another. This was a qualifying match. I was hoping that DIY would get the victory. If the Creeds got in, I wouldn't have complained. We go to commercial break right away. We come back from break. Brutus tossed DIY around before Julius joined him and double-teamed on Ciampa. There was a spot in this match where Julius was on his knees and picked up Ciampa in a vertical suplex to stand up with Ciampa vertically in the suplex from his knees. Get up. Brutus joined in and did the same thing to Gargano. And then they delivered stereo standing moonsaults. And you want to know why everybody's so impressed with him. Gargano saved Ciampa from a Brutus ball. Brutus slammed Gargano before tackling Ciampa over the announce desk. We go to another commercial break. Ciampa hit a reverse DDT and made the tag to Gargano, who ran wild on both Creeds. Ciampa hit Julius with a second rope air raid crash. He went for a cover. He got a 2 count. Julius and Ciampa exchanged strikes until Julius put him in an ankle lock. Gargano tried to make the save, but Julius somehow powerbombed him with one arm and then went right back to the ankle lock on Ciampa. It was at this point, I'm like, man, Julius is a fucking freak in nature, man. Absolutely a just non-human is Julius Creed. Creeds then put both DIY in ankle locks, but Gargano and Ciampa reversed into their versions of crossfaces. The Creeds fought out, picked up each member of DIY and literally threw them at each other in midair like fucking lawn darts. Julius and Brutus hit Ciampa with moonsaults, which led to a near fall. They set up for the Brutus ball finish, but Ciampa slipped out, applied a cradle. Brutus broke that up, so Gargano threw him from the ring. Julius had a cradle applied, but Gargano super kicked him in the face. Ciampa reversed it into his own cradle, and that was enough for the 1, 2, 3. DIY beats the Creeds in 19 minutes in one hell of an opening match to start Monday Night Raw. If this was the tag team title match at WrestleMania, I'm telling you all right now, we'd be very lucky. I don't know why we need 6 teams. This match was good enough to be put on the WrestleMania card for the tag team championships. That's how great this opening match was. Again, I'm going to mention it because I love mentioning it. Anytime I can mention it and get my black and gold reference in there, this was booked like a fucking Full Sail University tag team match back during the black and gold era. I loved it. Fantastic stuff. And the one thing I really did like is that DIY, they needed to do something to really earn their stripes and really earn a spot in that ladder match. This match was more than enough for them to earn that spot and be a part of the 6 teams in this ladder match. This was excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent stuff. The Creeds, they are going to be massive. Fucking great. The WWE Tag Team division has the legs to be one of, if not the best division in all of North America. I would love some solid answers on the tag team division. What are we doing with the titles? Are we splitting the titles? Are we going to get one title on Raw, one title on SmackDown? Or are we going to get a set of unified titles, which makes it one title, and they're going to float between both brands like the women's tag team titles do? I don't think WWE has enough solid teams that they would utilize weekly for two divisions. I think one division is the way to go. I've been saying this since 2017. I don't know what else you guys want me to say. One division is the way to go. If WWE wants to showcase their division with a new set of tag team titles, these two teams will be at the top of that list. Excellent stuff. Andrade. He met with Judgment Day. Damian Priest was not there initially. He walked into the Judgment Day headquarters. Dominic Mysterio said, since he was last on Raw, they have taken over. Rhea Ripley said, the Judgment Day is an exclusive club. Finn Balor backed that up. Rhea Ripley says they can make things happen, though, if he impresses them. Balor says they'll be watching him next week as he's slated to have a one-on-one match. With who? Nobody knows yet. Damian Priest walked in, and he walked up to Andrade and stared him down. Andrade smiled and greeted him and then left. Priest told J.D. McDonough that they thought he could handle Ricochet last week, but he didn't run the gauntlet and earn a chance to bring more gold to WrestleMania to the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley told JD that Ricochet made a fool out of him. McFish didn't understand why she said that. Oh, yeah, he made a fool out of me, says McNugget. Rhea Ripley said, yeah, he did. So this week, Dominic has a chance to go out there and beat Ricochet. I guess Judgment Day is now courting Andrade to join the group. It's great. I guess Andrade needed something to do, huh? Let's throw him into the Judgment Day mix. Whatever. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Tag team match against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. They aired a clip of Candice LeRae telling Maxine Dupree that it's a good thing her brother is dead and can't see the embarrassment that she is today. They replayed the clip and said it was a despicable act for Candice LeRae. Oh, come on, guys. We can't boo Maxine. We can't boo Maxine, man. You're going to get us canceled. You're going to get us canceled. We can't boo Maxine, okay? She's doing a great job, man. She's working so hard. This match came and went as if it wasn't even there. Like dust in the wind. Goodbye. LeRae and Hartwell win in 3 minutes. Who gives a shit? Honestly, I don't know what they're doing with Candice. I'm semi-amused at what they're doing with Candice. I like the fact that Candice is cheating to win because someone in her, realistically, I'm being brutally honest with you, someone in her shoes should be taking these opportunities to win by all costs. Seriously. She's been on the back burner for so fucking long, she's basically telling you all, hey, bitch, I'm going to take my fucking spot. I don't give a fuck how it happens or what you think of me. I'm going to win my matches. And I'm going to make the most of what I have here. It's basically what she's doing. Honestly. I like the fact that they're giving her a little bit of edge. So, LeRae tagged herself in after Katana came down hard on her knee. She was holding her knee. The referee went over to go check on her. Kaden was on the outside asking the referee, back him off. She's hurt. Indy was in the ring. She didn't do anything. She just stood there as the referee was attending to Katana Chance. So Candice LeRae tags herself in. She doesn't give a shit about Katana Chance at all. And she applied a knee bar and made Katana tap out immediately. Indy was not amused. She did not celebrate with Candice. Candice was all celebrating and happy. Oh, look, we won the match. Indy didn't want anything to do with it. So I'm slightly amused at what they're doing with Candice LeRae, man. I'm slightly intrigued. Where does it go? What does it mean? Where does it take Candice? I don't know. But I'll tell you what. This is more than we expected out of Candice LeRae. And Candice LeRae is too good to be sitting on the fucking sidelines. If they can give her some edge and give her a reason for the fans to boo, then I guess job well done. Very simple. WWE aired a commercial for a Bray Wyatt documentary coming to Peacock on April 1st. They showed social media comments from Paul Levesque about Bray, saying he was a storyteller who gave you no choice but to believe in him. This is going to be an absolutely tremendous documentary. This is WWE's bread and butter. I think everybody watching will feel every human emotion possible while watching this thing. And I think WWE is releasing this documentary this year because I don't think Bray is going into the Hall of Fame. There's still a chance. There's still 2 weeks left to go. I would listen, after what they've announced so far, again, you might not agree with me, but I don't really give a shit. This is probably one of the weakest WWE Hall of Fame classes that they've had in quite some time. The only one I legitimately give a shit is Paul Heyman. That's the only one I care about. Everybody else is like, whatever. I legitimately thought they were adding Bray after his father was going into the Hall of Fame. I legitimately thought they were going to add Bray Wyatt. I think that there's still a small chance that Bray does get added to the Hall of Fame. But if not, then this is the reason for the documentary coming out on April 1st. I think without him going into the Hall of Fame, they wanted to do something for Bray this year, and this documentary will do just that. Honestly. So we'll see what happens. I'll be watching. I'll be watching on April 1st. Should be tremendous. Let's get into Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, like I said in the beginning, needed to come out there and he needed to go all Judas Priest, man. Guns blazing. Honestly. He needed to go all guns blazing. Cody needed to be angry. Cody needed to be stone-faced and downright visceral, direct to Rock. No more crying. Let's win the title, and then you have free reign to cry. No more crying. No more talking about Dusty and all this other nonsense. We get it. We understand what the story is. But you got the fucking man over here and Dwayne Johnson, the final boss, making you look fucking stupid every week. And he's done nothing but cry. Cody's out there. Cody's wearing all black. A little hint of red. Looked like he was out there to cut a dark promo, Cody. Cody said in less than 3 weeks, he'll stand in the center of the ring for the second year in a row under the bright lights, seeking to win the WWE Championship against the greatest champion in all of sports. He said he and Roman Reigns are going to have a little conversation on Friday on SmackDown. He said there is a combustible element named The Rock who has complicated things. He said he took to Instagram last week and then followed up with an extremely entertaining rock concert. He said it's too bad he didn't want to be at Raw. By the way, The Rock has been announced for the last Raw WrestleMania week. He will be in Brooklyn, and he will be on Monday Night Raw from the Barclays Center. It's about time The Rock wanted to show up on the road to WrestleMania on the red brand. CM Punk next week, and then The Rock the following week. I like it. He said it's too bad he didn't want to be at Raw. He will be, though, in 2 weeks. He said Rock called himself our favorite heel. Cody then gets into a discussion about heel being an insider term. We all know what it means. The fans use it, right? heel means a bad guy. He's going into wrestling terminology and definition as if we didn't know what a fucking heel was. We're not dumb. We know what it means, says Cody. It means The Rock is the bad guy. He says he's known bad guys all his life, like Bobby Heenan, Michael Hayes, Arn Anderson, superstar Billy Graham, and Ric Flair. How many people in that audience knew who any of these guys were outside Ric Flair? He said he doesn't think Rock is a heel. I think you're an asshole, he says. Cody told Rock, that's one curse word, by the way. Cody told Rock not to get emotional since he knows how he feels about showing emotion, since he poked fun at him for shedding some tears last week when he talked about finishing his story. There's no crying in wrestling. I get it. Then he says The Rock's been crying behind the scenes this whole time. He said when the hashtag came out and they began chanting something else, you went and cried to your buddies on the TKO board. You said, hey, this is going to be some good PR for The Rock. I need to save WWE. Look at this house. We sure as hell needed saving, right? And he said that part sarcastically. No, we don't need The Rock. We don't. We never did. He said Rock thought it'd be good PR until it wasn't. He said the board told him to put on his Gucci shirt, told him his muscles are so big, and said they're yes men, and they don't tell him the truth. So I will, he said. He said Rock is a lot of wonderful things, including a Mount Rushmore pro wrestler. But you're also a terrible salesman. You're a whiny bitch, he says to The Rock. That's curse word number 2. It's the lightest of curse words, but a curse word nonetheless. He said he knows he's been convinced otherwise, but he shouldn't think for 2 seconds that the locker room needs him more than it needs him. He said Rock brought up his mom because he did, so it's fair. He says he knows The Rock's mom as well. He says she's a wonderful lady, and she once helped him chop Kevin Owens in a dark match. He said Rock was talking about whipping him with a weight belt and then going to hand his mother a bloody belt. You don't know my mom, Dwayne. He said she isn't scared of anything. She said she stood on a chair at a Willie Nelson concert and beat up an undercover cop. She ain't afraid of you, Dwayne. Cody says he's been asked how he'll get past this tag team match on night 1. He said Rock should respect Seth Rollins because he helps carry your company and your title, Rock. He said he's not sure if the tag match will be a fair fight. He says he doesn't know if it'll end up being Bloodline Rules on night 2. He doesn't know if he'll end up finishing his story. He asked Rock, how can he be so sure of himself given how long it's been since he's been in real action in a wrestling ring? He asked if he'll have Big Dwayne energy or if it will be LDS, Little Dick Syndrome. He shook intensely with anger at this point. Cody paced as we got a LDS chant to break out. He says he has referred to himself as the final boss. Congrats to Brian Gewirtz for that nickname, Cody said. He said maybe he's too naive to see that Rock is the final boss. He said at WrestleMania, he thinks he is just Roman's side chick. Paul Heyman comes out and interrupts Cody and this promo. He introduced himself and they share more ideals in common than the interests on which they conflict. He asks Cody if he hates it when people come out and insist on getting an apology. He's there to offer him an apology. He apologized for coming to the ring with New York cops a while back, in part because the plan didn't work. Cody says he didn't ask for an apology, but you can enter the ring if you'd like to, Mr. Heyman. Heyman said, that's fine. I'm fine on the ring apron. Heyman said he has a message from Roman Reigns. He said Cody can think as negatively as he wants about him. He says he's not a trustworthy individual, but Reigns is the tribal chief, and the word of the tribal chief is invaluable. He says he will go on to face Cody Rhodes one-on-one on SmackDown, face-to-face. He says there will not be a single member of the bloodline in sight except for himself, Heyman, because I'm not a physical threat. He said he has Roman's word that if he shows up on Friday, Roman will show up alone. Cody said, deal. Heyman says he has jet lag and his mind is a little fuzzy, but he forgot one final point. Cody says he's ready to go full Homelander and rip his throat out. Heyman said if Reigns shows up alone on Friday, then Cody also has to show up alone. So he moved into Paul Heyman face-to-face and said, deal. He offered a handshake. Heyman shook his hand and smiled evilly as he left the ring. Again, I enjoyed what Cody did here. I understand that some of you might find Cody to be cringe. I understand if some of you might find Cody to be a little forced. It's one of the things that I've come up with here. I understand that after the memo that we all read via the dirt sheets that went out via Triple H and Nick Khan, that having Cody come out directly after that report came out merely 2 days ago to have him say 3 curse words in one promo, it does feel a little forced. The thing is, and again, you might agree with me, you might not agree with me, the fact that Cody has treaded so lightly in all of this, the fact that Cody has basically said nothing outside of the norm, Dusty, his mother, my family, the title, all this, finish the story. The fact that Cody has shredded so lightly so far up until tonight, it does feel a little forced for him to come out and drop this promo 2.5 weeks before WrestleMania. Am I not right? I mean, Cody had how many different opportunities to be angry at The Rock? This is what I don't understand. Like, I'm watching this shit with fucking hawk eyes. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for an explanation. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for some anger. We have to wait weeks for an explanation. Did we get it from Roman? Did we get it from Cody? Did we get it from Seth? No. We got it from Rock via a 20-minute promo on social media. Cody had how many opportunities to be angry at Dwayne? Now he's angry at Dwayne and talking about his mother. You're not handing your mother the Universal title. I'm going to hand your mother my weight belt with your blood on it. That's what ticked him off? That's what got Cody angry. Not the fact that he got slapped in the face. Not the fact that he had his title shot taken away from him with no explanation. After he won the Royal Rumble. After The Rock called his entire fucking being, his fan base, him, a fucking bitch and a crybaby. Told his fan base that they're nothing but fucking chicken McNugget eaters and that they need to shove those McNuggets up their asshole. No, that's what got Cody angry. All these weeks, that's what got him angry. So if you feel like Cody came off a little forced there, you have every reason to feel that way. We were stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Cody couldn't come out and fucking cry in another promo again. It was either cry or cut this promo. Rock had no choice but to go heel. Cody had every opportunity to go back at The Rock, did nothing. Waited all these weeks, and now Cody had no chance but tonight to come into this promo and say what he needed to say. He did what he needed to do. He said what he needed to say. To the extent of it, whether you like it or not, that's up for debate. Could he have been a little bit more visceral? Could he have been a little bit more fucking get underneath the Rock's skin? Maybe mention some Black Adam. Maybe mention that everything that he's been a part of endeavor-wise has been a failure. Man, I'm waiting for someone to really go in on The Rock. I know Rollins has got it in him. I know Cody has got it in him. But we're not going to be able to get that. We're not going to get it. Because The Rock's ego will not allow it. So we're stuck with PG Cody Rhodes, who's trying to be out there, cutting a promo, acting like a big boy out there, throwing some curse words around, even though we know it's against his character. You know, WWE fucked up with Cody during the Vince administration. They tried to build him like the fucking reincarnation of John Cena. I said it then. I said it then. During his feud with Lesnar, which made no fucking sense. Stop building Cody Rhodes up to be the next John Cena. Stop. It will happen organically. WWE, honestly, here's another hot take for you. WWE has forced Cody Rhodes to be what you see of him today. And WWE is forcing Cody Rhodes to be John Cena light instead of naturally letting it happen. Cody Rhodes would have been better off being stern, upfront, real, with real emotion, instead of coming off like this fucking pushover bitch who gets pushed to the brink and then before it's too late, finally gets angry. How about being a fucking man and being the good guy that is not manufactured by the big machine known as WWE? Why does everybody got to be a fucking superhero? Am I the only one that feels that way? It just comes off so unrealistic. And that's what they've done with Cody. That's what they've presented Cody as. This entire thing is going to be some Marvel fucking WWE collaboration where Cody's got to battle the entire fucking bloodline, and it's going to be some overbooked fucking nonsense where he overcomes all the odds to win the match and the title. That's fine. As long as I'm entertained, I'm fine. But the way we've gotten there, Cody Rhodes feels like a pushover. When he gets angry, it feels forced. WWE has taken all the wrong steps with Cody Rhodes as an individual on television. Stop pushing him as something that he is not. WWE would have gotten everything that they wanted out of Cody Rhodes. They want him to be the next John Cena. He would have been the next John Cena. You don't need to fucking go above and beyond all that to show us. Let him just do it. There's only one John Cena. Cody doesn't need to emulate himself off John Cena. WWE tried that with Roman Reigns. They so desperately wanted to find the next John Cena because they knew John Cena was winding down his career and that he would be with WWE less and less and less. What happened there? After 7 years, 7 years of Roman Reigns was an absolute disaster, a failure of epic proportions. Roman Reigns finally became Roman Reigns within the last 4 years. Most of Roman Reigns' career outside the Shield was a fucking failure. Why do we need to find the next anybody? Why don't you just let them be? Now I'm just ranting for the sake of ranting. Point is, Cody went out there and did what he needed to do. If you felt it was forced, you have every reason to feel that way. If you don't like Cody Rhodes, you have every reason to feel that way. If you want The Rock and Roman to stand tall at the end of WrestleMania, you have every reason to feel that way because WWE has made you feel that way. The Rock has made you feel that way. This entire storyline feels so one-sided. I won't be surprised if half the fucking people in Philadelphia cheer for The Rock and Roman Reigns and the Bloodline to win and for Roman to retain. Do I want Roman to retain? No, I'm done. I'm done with that. But I also don't have any hope in WWE giving the title to Cody Rhodes because if this is the Cody that we're getting, my God, I'm not saying that I will be a part of that. But I'm giving you a word of warning. If this is the version of Cody Rhodes that we are going to get as Universal Champion, expect people to turn on Cody Rhodes just like they turned on Cena, just like they turned on Seth, and just like they turned on Roman. You don't think that possibility is there? Try it. Try it. Cody did what he needed to do tonight. But again, if you didn't like it, WWE is to blame. Dominic Mysterio. He went one-on-one with Ricochet. This match went about 7 minutes. Good stuff here. Ricochet is always impressive. I'm watching Ricochet, and I caught myself talking to myself, and I was saying to myself, man, Ricochet, he's probably going to be the next guy to jump to AEW. Just got a hunch. The only thing that would keep Ricochet in WWE is his lovely fiancée. That's it. But I could see him jumping ship to AEW. He beats Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is out there with JD McChicken. Dominic was in control after a break. And hit Ricochet with an X Factor for a 2 count. Dominic tried for the Three Amigos, but Ricochet reversed the second suplex into a suplex of his own. Dominic avoided a splash, but Ricochet super kicked him. Knocked McFlurry off the ring apron. Dominic tried to use the distraction to the 619. Ricochet ducked it, hit a recoil for the win. So then we get McCafe in the ring. He tries to attack Ricochet after the match, but he escaped. They got a rematch next week. It will be JD McDouble versus Ricochet one-on-one. 7 minutes, Ricochet beats Dominic. Sami Zayn. He approaches Chad Gable in the back. He asked him about last week. He thanked him for a heck of a battle last week, that it could have gone either way. He says it was an honor, and he hadn't been pushed like that in a very long time. Gable then started to speak over Sami and brushed off all of Sami's compliments. Sami asked Chad Gable, "Are you okay?" Gable said he's fine, but he seemed very agitated by Sami Zayn. Sami continued to push it, saying, "Listen, Chad, I know you for a very long time. I know when something's bothering you. Tell me what's going on." Gable simply said, "That match with Gunther meant more to me." Sami says, "I've been hearing you say this for weeks. It's unfair for you to say that to me, as if it doesn't mean as much to me as it does to you. I have a family at home, too. I have a kid at home that cries when daddy loses, too." He says he's let people down that he's trying to make proud. He said he can't tell him what means more. Gable yelled, "It's not that." Sami asked, "What is it then?" Gable then looks at Sami and told Sami, "Sami, you can't beat Gunther either." He turned and walked away. I like this. I thought this was fantastic. Now, I don't know what this means for Chad Gable. Some people were insinuating that this may be a Chad Gable heel turn. I don't think that's the case. Sami Zayn going into WrestleMania versus Gunther. Listen, man, it's what we are going to have to deal with. It's happening. It's the match. It will be a banger match. Normally, I tell you, Sami's the guy. Let's crown Sami. No. Gunther is not losing the Intercontinental Championship, nor should he. Gunther is retaining at WrestleMania. Should Gable be the one to do it? I don't know. Gable was quick to tell Sami he can't beat Gunther, but Gable has failed twice at beating Gunther. Will Gable get another opportunity? At this point, I don't think I want to see Gunther lose. I don't. Gunther more than likely will head into the international shows in France, Bash in Berlin, probably still the Intercontinental Champion. I said it once. I said it twice. I'm going to say it again. It is very difficult for anybody watching this show to want to see Gunther defeated. And WWE has that same mentality. I don't think Triple H wants to beat Gunther. I don't. Now, beating Gunther, nothing will realistically happen to Gunther because he can come right back and fucking demolish anybody and win the world championship. It doesn't really matter. I would rather him drop the championship to somebody and help enhance someone else. But I just don't see them beating Gunther right now. I would not be surprised if Gunther wins the World Heavyweight Championship while also still holding the Intercontinental Championship, only to drop that title because he can't defend both and then vacate it. Again, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Because everybody on the roster, you could throw anybody on that roster right now. Nobody deserves to beat Gunther. Not one single soul. Chad Gable may get the opportunity in France. I don't know. Gunther may go on to win Money in the Bank. I don't know. Gunther can win Money in the Bank and cash it in RVD style. Call a shot. Whoever the champion is. McIntyre, Rollins, Punk, whoever it is. And win it. But I think the money is in Gunther not being pinned until he loses the world championship. Sami Zayn is not beating Gunther. He's not. Sami Zayn's going to lose. Sami Zayn and Gunther, to me, the story for Sami is not the IC title. I love Sami to death. Chad Gable had the bigger story to tell here. Sami Zayn was going to wrestle Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. That was the plan. Gunther was supposed to wrestle Lesnar. That was the plan. Gunther was going to beat Lesnar. That was the plan. Gunther is now wrestling Sami. That's the plan. Gunther was never slated to lose at WrestleMania. That's the plan. I don't see Gunther's plans being changed because now Sami Zayn's involved. Think about everything that was supposed to happen and then apply it here. Sami's not beating Gunther. Sami and Gunther, realistically, is the best bet for Sami next year. Sami wins the Rumble. Sami gets Gunther at WrestleMania. Sami beats Gunther at WrestleMania for the World Championship. That's the story. This year's story should have been Gable. Gable wouldn't have won it either. There might have been a slight chance that he could have been the one, but still. Gable should have got the shot at WrestleMania. But also, like I said last week, you can't leave Sami off of WrestleMania. You can't leave Sami without a WrestleMania match. And Sami's the bigger star. WWE is always going to go with their biggest star. Was he the bigger story? No. Gable was the biggest story. WWE fucked up last week. Adam Pearce then oversaw this contract signing. Sami's out there with Gunther. Both guys sitting at the desk, the contract in between them. Gunther took issue right away with Sami attending the contract signing, dressed like one of the bums in the audience. Sami said Gunther had a smug smile on his face, and it's starting to piss him off. He said, "This isn't just another day at the office. Says he's beaten everybody who's come his way and done it on his own. You don't believe I can do it. He said people didn't believe he could end up in WWE. People didn't believe he could be a champion. People didn't believe he could main event WrestleMania. 1 year later, he will make history again and end the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship reign of all time. He signed the contract and shoved it over to Gunther. Gunther told Sami that he should listen to his new friend, Chad Gable, who also doesn't believe that he can beat him. Said the fans love him and cheer him, but even the fans don't believe that you could beat me. He says what he's doing is standing on his doorstep about to receive a beating of a lifetime. He told him to keep dreaming and believing, but at WrestleMania, your dreams will meet reality. He signed the contract. Gunther stood up, put his belt over his shoulder, straightened his tie, and started walking away. Sami said, whoa, wait a minute. Before you leave the ring. Sami's still seated in the chair. He turns around like fucking Dr. Evil. Sami said, look into these eyes. You don't believe that I can beat you? Look again. Get a good long look because you're looking at the man who's going to take you down at WrestleMania. I love this. I thought this was a great segment. Gunther is such a fucking nasty prick. Sarcastic prick. I love it. He's got every right to be the way that he is. He is the villain. He is the greatest IC champion of all time. And he can do and say whatever the fuck he wants. Honestly. Looking forward to the match, but like I said, I will reiterate again, Gunther is not losing the Intercontinental title. I would be shocked if Sami Zayn wins the title. So, Sami left the ring. And I love what WWE did here, man. I don't know what this was, but I loved what they did here. They followed Sami. I legitimately thought that Sami was going to go track down Chad Gable in the back and tell him, you don't believe it? Look into my eyes, motherfucker. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove you and him wrong. They followed Sami all the way through Gorilla, all the way to the back, and then they just stopped when they got to Miz and R-Truth talking to DIY. That shot of Sami going through the back was a great shot. I loved it. More of that, please. Helps WWE become, I should say, a little bit more organic, natural. You get a little peek behind the scenes of what's backstage. I love it. So, Miz and R-Truth were chatting with DIY. Truth was annoyed. Indus Sher walked up to them. Jinder Mahal says they're going to warm up. Truth then looked at all DIY and Miz and said, well, I feel bad for whoever's got to wrestle those guys. Little did Truth know that him and Miz were wrestling those guys. Indus Sher. This is Sangha and Veer Mahan with Jinder Mahal against Miz and R-Truth. Awesome Truth. This was a WrestleMania Tag Team Tournament qualifying match. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Very, very predictable. Veer and Sangha were never going to WrestleMania. Awesome Truth wins. Sangha, he broke up an STF by Truth on Veer. He did his John Cena sequence. You can't see me. Sangha broke it up. Miz and Truth landed a double drop kick. Miz then delivered a skull-crushing finale. He wrecking ball kicked Jinder through the ropes. Truth got elbowed by Sangha, who fell onto Veer, who was given the skull-crushing finale, and they won the match. 1, 2, 3. This was garbage. WWE really missed the boat on R-Truth and Miz telling that story with them going after the tag team titles. Now, granted, they could still tell that story in this 6-way scramble ladder match, but it's just going to be convoluted as fuck. And now with R-Truth and Miz in this tag team scramble match, I don't want to see them win the tag team titles. If it was a standard 2-on-2 tag team match, I would be lobbying for Miz and R-Truth, believe it or not, Miz, to win the fucking tag team titles. But now you got other teams involved like DIY New Day, Judgment Day's there, right? You got who from SmackDown advance? You got Legado. I don't want to see Awesome Truth win the fucking tag team titles now. Every other team in that match is better than Awesome Truth. They win in 3 minutes. Very, very predictable. Sami chased down Gunther. Or not Gunther, Gable. He chased down Gable. And he insisted he tell him why he doesn't believe he can beat Gunther. Gable says he's made a career of being an underdog who crawls out of any hole he gets into. But Gunther is on another level. He said Gunther is a different beast that he's never wrestled before. And he has to change his mentality or he can't beat him because Gunther won't make the mistake that Sami counts on his other opponents to make. He basically said Gunther doesn't make any mistakes. There's no hole in his game. Gable's right. Sami's looking for that opportunity. Gunther doesn't give you many opportunities. And if it happens, they come and go very, very quickly. I love that Chad Gable is... I don't know if Chad Gable is trying to will some encouragement into Sami Zayn and make him feel a little bit more motivated. I don't know what the deal is, but I love it. I love it. Drew McIntyre. He's in the ring. Promo time with McIntyre and Rollins. He wore a new t-shirt that said the savior of WrestleMania with the M in WrestleMania. It was the Drew McIntyre M. Rollins' music played. He danced out like a clown. Drew wasn't even in the ring yet. He was halfway down the aisleway, and Rollins interrupted his entrance. So they get into the ring. Drew told Seth to soak up the spotlight because he'll take it from him at WrestleMania. Seth said he is a spotlight junkie, playing off The Rock's insult. Drew says he's a funny man, but all he cares about is his match against Seth. Then fans began giving him the what chant. He said, it's great. They remember that every time they say that, it means they're happy he injured CM Punk. Then fans started a CM Punk chant. Drew says he'd never show up in a place like Raleigh, North Carolina. Seth told Drew to shut your trap. Drew says he sees he's got Seth's attention now. Seth says he means it when he says he's an addict and a spotlight junkie. He says he's been doing it for 20 years. And every time he comes out of the curtain, that's his fix. And it gets better and better every single time. He says he lays it out on the line every time he's in the ring. Fans started singing his song. He says that's his fix and the spotlight he craves. He says he wants it as bright as it could possibly be. He says he knows he's been busy online making fun of him on Twitter. He said on night one, he's going to take Hollywood's biggest star and his side chick and make them my bitches. No, Seth, that will not happen. He said on night two, the biggest spotlight possible will shine down on them. Drew said, all hail our savior. He says he wants that passion, not the stupid outfits, the dancing, and the laughing. He says they each have given their lives to this industry for the last 20 years. He said Seth's title is the workhorse championship. He said he had him until he made it sound like night one matters. He said the reason they're getting the biggest spotlight is because of what they've done. He said if Seth can't walk, he'll wheel him down or carry him. He says he will not get the moment he deserves, but rather the moment I have bloody earned. Seth said Drew wants the spotlight just as bad as he does. You're an addict, just like I am. He said Drew won the title at WrestleMania in an empty warehouse and has been whining about how that wasn't good enough ever since then. He said when the lights got bright again and everyone came back around, he fumbled the ball. He said when the lights are the brightest, he shines. He said at WrestleMania 40, the lights will be as bright as they've ever been, and Drew will find out he's not as good as he thinks he is. That's funny because Drew McIntyre's been doing the best work of his WWE career lately. He dropped the mic and left to his music. Seth started yelling at Drew from the aisleway that he can't hang with him. You know, I find it funny that lines like this make it into the promo. I do. He dropped the ball. He fumbled the ball. WWE tried to make Drew McIntyre into a blue-collar, fucking everyday babyface. That wasn't him. That's not him. What you're seeing now is the real Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre got fucked by the pandemic. That's not his fault. When WWE tried to give him the ball again, when people came back, that wasn't his fault. It was WWE's fault. He also went on to say that he said at WrestleMania 40, the lights will be as bright as they've ever been, and Drew will find out he's not as good as he thinks he is. But everybody has been praising Drew McIntyre's work since the beginning of the year. Every single week since before the Royal Rumble, the guy's gotten better and better and better. I don't really understand that line. McIntyre's doing the best work of his career. McIntyre's doing better work than Rollins is. Rollins has made this match an afterthought. As far as the story is concerned, WWE's made this match an afterthought. It's all about The Rock and the tag team match. Everything else is insignificant. That tag team match will break Rollins down. That tag team match will be the reason why Rollins loses to McIntyre. But then it will be bloodline rules. Everything that happens on night one will directly affect night two. That main event will go on and the bloodline will win. They will get bloodline rules. McIntyre will win the championship because Rollins fought too hard for what was more important to him, and that was a WWE without Roman as the champion. They will open night one. McIntyre will win. Rollins will back Cody, and he will save WWE with the help of Cody Rhodes. That's the story. Whatever happens in that tag team match will cost Rollins the championship. You can't fight for WWE and a better WWE while being the world champion at the same time. You have to choose one. Which one will you choose? A WWE without Roman in the bloodline as champion or the World Heavyweight Championship? You can't have both. McIntyre is walking out as the new champion. And if it wasn't for the bloodline and it wasn't because of The Rock and this tag team match, I'd say the same fucking thing. Because we are tired of this Seth Rollins. There's no way McIntyre's doing this body of work and you don't reward him. And the fact that he's pushing CM Punk as a narrative only means to me that the man signed because WWE would not be pushing this match knowing that Punk ain't going to be back till August and they're doing the match then. How could they do the match if he's not signed? McIntyre's going to win the championship. New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods against Otis and Tozawa. This was a tag team qualifying match. Gee, guys, I wonder who won this one. New Day win in about 9 minutes. Woods lifted Tozawa on his shoulders on the second rope. Tozawa countered into a Hurricane Rana. He leapt off the top rope with a unbelievable-looking senton. The height he got on the senton was crazy. Near fall was broken up by Kofi. Xavier countered Tozawa into a spinning sit-out powerbomb. Xavier landed a springboard elbow drop for the win, and that was enough for New Day to advance. New Day was going to WrestleMania, no doubt about it. Very, very predictable. The only match that even the tag team match that opened the show against DIY and Creeds was kind of predictable. Could have went either way. That was the one match that could have swung either way. But DIY won, then Ms. Truth, or Awesome Truth, against Viren Sangha. Gee, I wonder who was going to win that one. And then this one. 2 of the 3 matches were very predictable. Doesn't really make for a good predictable. New Day's going to WrestleMania. Liv Morgan walked up to Becky Lynch right before the main event as she was stretching and getting ready for her last woman standing match against Nia Jax. Liv said tonight is Nia and Becky. It's all her, but make sure you kick her ass. Liv does not have a road to WrestleMania. Neither does Nia. Becky Lynch and Nia Jax, main event. Last woman standing. Little fun fact for you. SmackDown was main evented by Bayley. SmackDown was main evented by Bayley and Dakota Kai. Dynamite was main evented by Willow Nightingale and Riho with Mercedes Moné debuting. And Monday Night Raw was main evented by Becky Lynch and Nia Jax. So the last 3 televised pro wrestling shows, SmackDown, Dynamite, and Raw, were all main evented by women. Change. Mercedes is changing the game, even when she's not there. Go figure. Nia Jax and Becky Lynch, last woman standing. Majority of this was fucking bad. This was as boring as anything, man. Their last match that they had was a lot better than this, and this one had no rules. This match started at about 10:35, so you know it got a good chunk of time. We'll pick it up after the first commercial break. Lynch was setting up a table after the commercial break. She had trouble setting it up. She couldn't even lift it up. So I don't know what was happening there. Nia Jax came over, knocked her down. Jax then set up the table, and the table just gave out. One of the legs gave out. Nia Jax said, fuck the table. She just gave up setting it up. It did not cooperate with her. Jax then threw Becky Lynch into the ring, and then she started throwing a bunch of chairs into the ring, gave Becky Lynch a Samoan drop onto all of the pile of chairs. Lynch got up well before the referee's 10 count on that spot. Lynch followed with a bulldog onto a chair. TNA. Nobody watches TNA, bro. Nobody watches TNA. Sorry. Talking about WWE and AEW specifically. Nobody cares. So after that chair spot with the Samoan drop, she gets up. Bulldog by Becky onto the chairs. Lynch then tries something off the top, but Nia Jax hit her in a sitting position on the chair, took the chair right into Becky's midsection. Jax then attacked with the kendo stick, body slammed Becky Lynch onto a chair, and then hit a big leg drop. Jax then positioned a chair over Becky Lynch's body and sat down on it. I feel sorry for Becky. Sat down on it. Lynch fought out of this by taking a kendo stick and sloppily hitting Nia with the kendo stick. Half of the shots missed. Jax responded by smashing a steel steps into Becky Lynch's face. Jax then on the apron missed a leg drop, and Lynch gave her a DDT onto the steps, and we went into a second commercial break. Nia Jax placed Becky Lynch on a table outside the ring when we come back from break and began climbing a ladder that somehow got into play. But Lynch rolled off the table and sprayed a fire extinguisher in her face. Lynch tried to spear through the corner table, but Jax caught her and hit a Samoan drop through the table. This was inside the ring. Jax didn't want to wait for the referee's count and instead hit an Annihilator. Lynch beat the count and survived the Annihilator by rolling to the outside and landing on her feet. So up until this point, the match was very, very mid. After the Samoan drop through the table and then the Annihilator, things really finally started to pick up. So Becky rolls to the outside. Jax set up for another Samoan drop off the apron. But Becky Lynch fought out and hit a unbelievable manhandle slam off the apron through the table that was set up on the outside. It was great. Crowd popped huge for it. Jax got up at a 9. This was followed by another great spot. Jax was dazed. She leaned over the announce table because she just got put through a table. Lynch was standing on top of the ladder, And with Nia Jax kind of hunched over the commentary table, she jumps off the ladder and delivers a flying leg drop off the top of the ladder through Nia Jax and through the commentary table. Pat McAfee's going fucking crazy. Michael Cole went crazy. Referee started his 10 count. Nia Jax did not make the 10 count. Becky Lynch gets up. She wins the last woman standing match. And they showed the replay twice in slow motion. It looked fantastic. Becky Lynch finally slays Nia Jax and wins the last woman standing match. Rhea Ripley enters. She gets her ring entrance. Theme music at all. She gets into the ring. Becky Lynch stood up. Rhea Ripley's talking trash to Becky Lynch away from the microphone. Holds up her title. They had a stare down, and Monday Night Raw came to an end. They needed to give Becky Lynch this one moment of triumph in the main event here. They needed that one moment of triumph for Becky Lynch because she needed to slay Nia Jax. She needed to beat everybody that was in her way. She didn't beat Nia Jax yet. Tonight she did. Now it's smooth sailing onto Rhea Ripley. The match itself was a dud up until the last couple of spots, the last 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes. Great stuff. Becky Lynch wins. Outside that, the build for Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley has been okay. I'm excited to see what they do at WrestleMania, but I'm going to need more dialogue. I'm going to need real dialogue now. We got 2 weeks. Becky Lynch has had fun and games. She's beaten Liv Morgan. She's beaten Nia Jax. All right, now it's time for fun and games. Or the fun and games are over. Now it's time to get down to business. I'm going to need Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley face-to-face next week on Raw, and I'm going to need them in Chicago to start hurling some fucking insults and some fucking truth bombs at each other. Give me some substance. Right now, there hasn't been much of anything. All we know is that Rhea is mommy, and Rhea is at the top of her division, and Becky Lynch needs to prove to Rhea that Becky could beat Rhea. I'm going to need more of a story than that. Give me something. WWE's got 1 week to tell a captivating story that is going to take us into Monday Night Raw with a week left to go as they go into Chicago and then New York and then Philadelphia. I'm going to need some substance from both of these women. Because right now, there really isn't any. Monday Night Raw was not good. I did not like the show. It was predictable. It was boring. We got Cody's promo, which, thumbs up. Gunther and Sami Zayn, thumbs up. DIY versus Creeds, thumbs up. Everything else was a miss. Guys, thank you very much for all of your support today. I really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on this Monday night. We had upwards towards 3,100 people in here for the Monday Night Raw post. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. We need 70 more likes for 1,000. Make sure you guys get those super chats in, man. Get them on in, man. Get them on in. We'll hang out in just a second. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content on the channel. There is plenty of it. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Make sure you guys use that code SCRIPTS20 for 20% off and free shipping. Guys, this episode is brought to you by the Spring Cleaning Champions, Manscaped. I love spring cleaning. I love spring training and spring cleaning. I can't wait for both. In fact, I do spring cleaning all year round. I don't wait for the spring. But Manscaped, this season, make sure to groom your carpets and drapes with the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Clear out that winter bush with Manscaped and the Lawnmower 5.0 and watch your confidence bloom like some springtime flowers, man. Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our special offer. Manscaped.com, code SCRIPT20 at checkout for 20% off the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra or Make sure you guys go get yourself the Beard Hedger Pro Kit and Handyman Electric Face Shaver. The Beard Hedger Pro Kit is legitimately the one Manscaped product outside their body buffer and body wash, which I think are fantastic. The one product I use weekly. It is the best electric razor I have ever purchased. Ever. 20 different settings, all on the razor itself. No need for add-ons, no extra accessories. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Whether you're looking to craft your signature look or clean up that neckline, these are always the right tools for the job. Guys, get 20% off, free shipping, code SCRIPT20 at manscaped.com. Nothing like a little spring cleaning in your pants and on your face. Manscaped.com. Let's get into the Super Chats. I guarantee you Michael Krause is the first one in the venue, and no, he's not. No, he's not. Nate with 17 months and counting. So happy to be a part of such a great audience and growing channel. Can I get Man, oh man, it ain't WrestleMania season if there's not Omos. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Good Monday, JD. Hope your weekend went well, bro. Yeah, my weekends are fucking garbage. Need some excitement on my weekends, man. Michael Krause also with 3 months. I just want to say thank you to JD and the OTS family for the prayers. For my brother, he is still with us fighting for his life, but prayers, your prayers have helped. Michael, prayers continuing to come your way to you and your family, brother. Gabriel Boss. BC Amplified on his channel is saying that he has credible sources that told him the plan is for Roman to retain and go on to break Hogan's record. I love BC, bro, but I think BC's full of shit. Why, of all the people in the community, would BC Amplified have the plans for WrestleMania? Cody cannot leave WrestleMania without the WWE Championship. They're not doing all this without Cody winning the championship. I'm sorry. Nick Williams, 22 months. In my universe mode, I booked AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega versus Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman. If this was real, who wins and faces the WWE champ, Cody Rhodes? Nick, I don't know what to tell you there, brother. I'm going to go with Kenny Omega. D-Man G with a 199. Cody shouted you out in his promo. LMAO Jay Dugan. What? Cody shouted me out in his promo, Jay Dugan? Cody doesn't even know I exist. Fuck out of here. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Cody cooked tonight. It's what he needed. More on Friday. Yeah, Cody needs to bring the same energy on Friday. Also, Michelle, serious set is best set. No more goofy stuff. Mark Elaine with a 50 in his currency super chat. VKM forced by Matrix attack by not allowing Disney. Okay. Oh, he mentioned Jim Duggan? This guy said Jim Dugan. He literally said Jay Dugan. Who the fuck is Jay Dugan? I know Jim Duggan. Michael Ferro with a $4.99. What's up, JD? Do you see Punk main eventing a WrestleMania? And if so, who would you have him face? Maybe he can main event night one next year. I could see Punk main eventing a WrestleMania. It will be against Roman or it will be against Cody. Jason Barker with a $5 super chat. I've been in a bad mood tonight because I had something with lactose in it, and I'm intolerant of lactose, and the pollen count is through the roof. Jason, I am fucking sorry to hear that, bro. If I was lactose intolerant, man, my life would be fucking miserable. That means I'd have to drink my coffee black. Nah. Good thing for oat milk, huh? Daniel Brooks with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Daniel. JD, I've never heard you mention it, but do you consider Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle as one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time? Yes, I do. And what is your favorite version of The Rock? Mine personally is the first corporate Rock, Hollywood Rock. We didn't get enough of it. Thank you, Daniel. King Falcon with a $1.99. What if Tama Tonga helps Cody as a Bullet Club member? It's a possibility. Not banking on it, though. Jason Bark with a $5 super chat. If you want flowery analysis, go watch Conman 167, No IQ Wrestling, Sean Ross Sapp, and Denise Salcido. Jason, Conman and I have spoken off air. Conman and I are now on the same page. We're cool. No problem with Conman. Conman, unlike everybody else in the community, like a fucking man, apologized for whatever comments that he made, and I apologized back to him, and we're now good. No more issue with Conman. The other ones, fuck them. Garbage. WrestleMess with a $1.99. Julius Creed is a stud. I want to see him versus Gunther. I could see it. I could see it. Jay Loves Wrestling with a $4.99. I was there tonight. Show was great other than the female tag match. Nia and Becky showed out. Sat behind Samantha after people left. Got super lucky. Bro, if you see anything behind Samantha, you're lucky. Just saying. Jamie Angus with a $2 super chat. No message. Thank you, Jamie. Tribal Chief with a 2. Raw sucked, pal. Just came to hear the GOAT. Thank you, Tribal Chief. I acknowledge you. Chris Leon with a 21 months. Maybe when WWE goes to Netflix, they will be allowed to curse more. Maybe. I don't want them to abuse it, though. The more you do it, the less impactful it is. Fantasy Kid with 26 months. He says, Dark Horses rule. You better fucking believe it, bro. Nobody in my neighborhood has even seen the Dark Horse yet. Wait till I take it down the street and take it to Starbucks, man. I'd be like, whoa. Who wants a ride on the Dark Horse? Jerry Ramey, 33 months. Top faces need spines, not tears. NWO tried to take over, so Sting took it personally and beat down the NWO with a baseball bat for 18 months. Scorpio with a $5 super chat. Call me crazy, but I would make Mercedes Moné the face of AEW. Feel like she has the most star power out of everyone, including the men's division. Just my opinion. She will be definitely one of the faces of the company. No doubt about it. Christy Wilson with a $1.99. Cody Cook tonight. His promo was fire. I loved it. Christy, he did what he needed to do. Was it Cody's best promo? No. Tommy Brannigan with a $5 super chat. JD and OTS family need prayers. I lost my dad on Friday. Tommy, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Let's throw up some prayer emojis for my guy Tommy Brannigan in the chat. Thoughts and prayers to his family. Danny Sanchez. Thank you, brother. This went to possibly the best WrestleMania to the what the fuck WrestleMania. Otis, 27 months. Much love, JD. Keep pushing forward. You're an inspiration to most of us. Just want to say thank you, and I'm proud to be a part of this family. OTS for life. Otis. Thank you, brother. Tony Leon with a $5 super chat. Tell me why I shouldn't think Solo and to a lesser extent Jimmy are completely screwed if when they are on their own outside of the Bloodline story. Well, if you're Jey Uso said that this bloodline story is probably going to continue for another 3 years. Roman as champion is only the beginning. When Roman loses the championship, that doesn't mean the bloodline story ends. There's just another chapter to tell. Underwear Beast with 16 months. Man, I couldn't agree more. Yes, he is entertaining, but not going to lie. If he appeared only once or twice, I wouldn't care. That's just me. Thank you, JD. Hashtag OTS. Thank you, Underwear Beast. I'm assuming you're talking about The Rock. Oscar with a $4.99. Thank you, bro. The Bastard with a $4.99. Wow, what a great opening tag team match. And I don't know whose theme is worse, DIY or the Creed's. Yeah, the Creed's theme is fucking garbage. Now that you mention it. Why does everybody change their theme and it's worse than what it originally was? I don't really get it. That one guy, $10 super chat. I got a hot take. Cody versus Roman Cody versus Roman shouldn't have happened at WrestleMania 39. Cody should have built up the World Heavyweight belt and the bloodline should have fell apart from within. It's not really a hot take, but thank you for the $10, that one guy. Cody versus Roman shouldn't have happened? I guess. Who else was Roman going to wrestle last year? He beat everybody. Oscar with a $1.99. JD has no fucking chill, dude. The man. Thank you, bro. Zach Ambrose, no relation to Dean, $4.99. What's up, JD? I was at Raw tonight. Very meh show. Matt Hardy was also there tonight in my section. I got to meet him. Is he still under contract with AEW? I believe that he is, bro. I believe he is under contract. Jedi Jericho with a $5 super chat. Rumor has it, Nia Snacks is a Judgment Day fan because of JD McDouble. Come on, bro. Come on. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. He beat me by seconds to the venue. I know. Well, don't make that mistake on Tuesday, brother. Hunter's Hybrid Media with a 2. Can we get
my little house, my precious.
Hunter Cyber, thank you, brother. Mike 43 with a $5 super chat. I think Andrade is friendly with Judgment Day so that Charlotte gets a title shot when she returns. After the draft, she goes to Raw. Liv looking good. Mike, please, do not put that out in the universe, bro. Please, for the love of God. Does anybody miss Charlotte? No. Nobody. And Lisa with a $5 super chat. Love the show, JD. Thank you, Lisa. Sami is going to give Gunther one hell of a match and will retain, but I'm excited for this match. It will be a banger. Absolutely. It's going to be a banger match. Maybe one of the best matches, if not the best match all weekend. But Gunther will retain that championship. Guys, thank you for a great stream. I really appreciate you joining us here tonight from the beloved and very well-established OTS venue. We will be live tomorrow night with episode 40 of Tuesday Night Titans. Oh my goodness. Do Andrew Bay, Dalla, and myself have a lot to talk about, man. I may be turned up a couple of notches, man, tomorrow night. We'll figure it out. Join us, 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night. TNT episode 40. Make sure you guys go follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. We need 3 likes for 1,000. Thank you for the super chats. And please, guys, if you do anything, please click the link for Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Code SCRIPT20. Go and get yourself anything off the website. Save 20% off and get free shipping with that code SCRIPT20 at Manscaped.com. Guys, until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow with Drew right here live for Tuesday Night Titans. on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.